Okay, excellent. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Jared. I head product marketing here at HyperTrack, and I'm really excited to kick off our demo day for summer of 2023. Really looking forward to sharing what the team has been working on. Now I'd like to introduce Ram, VP of product, who can go ahead and introduce the presenters and the rest of the program today. Thanks, everyone.
Fantastic. Very good morning to everybody from Seattle. Thanks, Jared, for the introduction. I'm Ram, the VP of Product at HyperTrack, and welcome everybody to HyperTrack's second demo day. The first one we had was a couple of months ago. This is basically our event where we can showcase to the world what we've been working on to help builders across the world create, build their vision for what their last mile technology should look like. Today we have three really exciting presentations. We're going to start with the builder experience that we're launching. Amal is going to drive that. He's an engineer on our team. BuilderX basically helps you architect your solution on HyperTrack and figure out how all the different aspects of our product can help you build your vision. After that, we get into the Orders app, which is our out-of-the-box driver app that you can use in case your company does not have one already and want to get to market fast. It's a no-code solution that you can straight up use out of the box. And finally, we're going to get into the operations experience, or views, headed by Pradeep. And that'll basically be walk you through how your ops managers can consume information from your fleet in your own dashboard or in our dashboard. So super excited to see what we built and shared with all of y'all. And with that, I'll hand it over to Amal.
Thanks, Ram. Hey everyone, it's great to have you here. I'm Amal. I work as a senior software engineer on the applications team here at HyperTrack. In this demo, I'm going to walk you through our new solution builder workflow, which is part of our builder experience. So what is solution builder? Solution builder is a system where you tell us, you answer a bunch of questions about your business use case, and you tell us what your business is. And we recommend the right HyperTrack integration for your business. You can visualize your solution across all of your component systems, and then we give you an implementation plan to integrate HyperTrack into your system. So why did we build Solution Builder? Building logistics apps is a complex endeavor. So there are several systems that have to work together well. So you have your fulfillment management system, which is your system to plan, assign, and track your orders. Then you have your ops dashboard, which your operations team use to monitor orders and track drivers on the field. Then you have your driver app, which your driver uses on the field to share his location and to get orders. And then you have your consumer experience, which is essentially what your customers see, probably as a live order tracking link or something else. And all of these systems have to work together and orchestrate together and work with the HyperTrack cloud as well. So this can be something complicated to architect, and this is why we built Solution Builder. So let me jump to a demo right now. So this is the Solution Builder workflow. If you're an existing customer of HyperTrack, you can open the Solution Builder workflow by clicking on the workflow tab here. If you're a new customer to HyperTrack, you will be taken to the Solution Builder workflow post sign up. So if you can see here on the right side, we have a blueprint for your integration. And you can see all of your systems here. You can see your fulfillment management system. You can see your ops experience here, your driver experience here, and your consumer experience here. And as you answer questions on the left pane, you can see that reflect on your blueprint here. To start off with, we ask you about, or you can tell us about your exact use case. So if you're a field service company, for example, you do appliance repair, right? So you have field service people on the field doing appliance repair. This is something you would pick. On the other hand, if you're say you're a business delivery company or you're a consumer delivery company, let's say you do food delivery, right? So speed and efficiency are important for you, so you choose consumer delivery. Or if you're doing rides, for example, you're transporting customers or goods from point A to point B. Let's say you're a ride sharing app, right? You would select rides. For the purpose of the demo, let me select field service for now. Next, you can tell us about your field service management software. So this is a software that you would internally use to plan and assign orders. So perhaps you're using an in-house proprietary system, or maybe you're using a third-party system to do your planning and assigning of orders. In either case, we have a bunch of features at HyperTrack to plan, assign, and track your orders. In case you're looking for a system to do this, you can always use a HyperTrack dashboard to plan, assign, and track your orders. Next up, you can tell us about your a driver experience, right? This is the app that your driver uses on the field. Probably your driver might use an in-house app, right? So something you built in-house. In which case, you can integrate the HyperTrack SDK into your driver app. Your driver app can be a native app or a hybrid app. HyperTrack has a bunch of integrations for a whole set of platforms. So you can use one of them, whatever suits you right for that. Or maybe your driver uses a third-party app to get orders on the field and share his location. In which case, you can use HyperTrack's driver app as a companion app to your existing app. In case you're building your own app, we have a bunch of production-ready open source apps available that you can integrate into your app. And if you're looking for a no-code solution for your driver app, right, you can use some of our driver apps, and they're listed on the App Store and the Play Store. Next up, you can tell us about your operations dashboard, which is what your operations team would use to manage orders. So if you have an in-house dashboard, which your operations teams use, you can easily embed HyperTrack's ops views inside your dashboard. So it can fit seamlessly with your existing dashboard. And if you use a third-party dashboard, HyperTrack comes with a bunch of partner integrations, and it's fairly trivial to integrate HyperTrack to your ecosystem. Finally, if you're looking for a dashboard, you can always use the HyperTrack dashboard as a way for as an ops dashboard. So this question applies to you if you have a consumer live tracking view, in which case sometimes it might be on a mobile app where your consumers view drivers, right? So and track their orders live. In which case, if you have a mobile app, it's easy to use the HyperTrack Views SDK to add location capabilities to your mobile app. Or if you're using a desktop app or a web view, HyperTrack comes with auto tracking views that you can embed inside your web view or a desktop app. And if you're looking for a live tracking solution, you can build one around our share URL. Next, you can tell us about your workforce. If you have a full-time workforce, right? If they're on your, probably if they work full-time for you, then you can select this. If your workforce consists of gig workers, probably they're on demand, then this is an option you would select. And next up, we ask you about your orders, right? If your orders are scheduled ahead of time, this is an option you would pick. But if your orders come in on demand, like if it's, let's say, a food delivery app, right? You get your orders on demand. This is what you would select. Next up, you can tell us about what your requirements are from your field service management software. So perhaps you would like to completely automate your planning and assignment, in which case you can select this option. Or for example, let's say you already have an in-house system to do your fulfillment management, in which case, and you just want to add schedule route optimization to it. So you could select this option. Or let's say that you have a scheduled route, but you also need to add on-demand orders to your scheduled routes, in which case you can select this as an option. And or perhaps you get on-demand orders and you have nearby drivers. You want to assign the order which you get to the nearest driver near you, near the customer. You can select this as an option. Subsequent to this, you can tell us about what your needs are for your driver app. So perhaps you want to capture automatic visits. So let's say that you have a warehouse and you want to automatically mark attendance of drivers when they enter the warehouse in the morning and check them out automatically when they leave. So this is something you would check for that. Or if you want to calculate payouts for drivers based on automatically calculating the distance they've covered, this is an option you would select. If you want to validate on-time arrival of drivers to their order destinations, this is what you would pick. And this option would help you validate that the address that the drivers are delivering to are correct. And this option allows your drivers to identify exactly where to park, walk, and knock when delivering an order. Next up, it's the ops experience. It's your ops dashboard, and you can tell us what you require out of your ops dashboard. Perhaps you would like to score orders and drivers. Perhaps you would like to automate your workflows or manage exceptions. Perhaps you would like to audit your past orders or manage escalations. And lastly, maybe you would want to automate your payouts. These are again, like you can select as many as are applicable to you, and we'll suggest a solution based on that. On the final question, you can tell us about your consumer live tracking experience needs. If your customer wants to track orders with live location, or if they want to track orders with ETAs and delays, or if your customer wants to view the summary of their past orders, or perhaps you would like to notify them to take a survey after order completion. So then you would check these boxes. So once I'm done with this, I'm sort of done answering all my questions, and I can click on generate plan to view my solution and the integration plan. So on clicking my generate plan, you can see that the blueprint on the right side reflects all of my selections from earlier. And on the left side, you can see an action list, which is your implementation plan. You can go through these individual items to integrate HyperTrack APIs and SDKs into your system. So if you see this, if you hover over top of an action item, you can see that the appropriate system is being highlighted. So in this case, it's your driver experience, or here it could be related to your field service management, and this could be related to your FSM needs. So essentially, these are the options you selected from earlier. So for example, let me say I want to fully automate my planning assignment, right? So you can click on this tab here, and it would take you to our documentation page for doing that more in depth. So you can follow along on this set of steps to get it done. Okay. At any point in time, you can edit your solution. You can edit your choices by clicking on edit. This will take you back to the workflow, and you can change your picks. You could also share this with your, if you want to share the blueprint with your team, you can click on the shared blueprint. This will download this whole blueprint as an image file, which you can then share it with anyone as you wish. So that brings me to the end of the BuildRex demo. So thank you. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now, or if not, I will hand it over to Jared from here.
Awesome. Thanks, Amal. Are there any questions? Let's see here. It doesn't look like we have any questions now. So we can go ahead and go to the next presentation. And thanks again.
Cool. Thanks, Jared. Fantastic presentation, Amal, and you did a great way of, showing how the solution builder works. And you mentioned the orders app a couple of times, or drivers app for that matter. One such app is the orders app, and today I'm Fero, and I'm going to talk about how we built it over the last couple of months. We're very excited for you to get your hands on it. And we're going to talk briefly about the motivation behind it, why we decided to build this. We're going to look at the app, not just talk about it. And then, there will be a brief look under the hood. And, of course, if you have any questions during the presentation, feel free to ask. Cool. So without further ado, Orders app. Orders app is the no-code solution for order tracking. So, whether you're some kind of, staffing agency or a construction company, if you have people in the field that are using a mobile device and you need greater visibility into your, field operations, this is an app for you. You can, just grab it off the shelf. It's a ready-to-use solution, as Ram mentioned a couple of times, and, we're here to build this thing for you. So a quick sneak peek of the app is, you have this work section where, it allows you to automate on-demand jobs and the workforce that you have. This can be gig work. This can be typical logistics use cases. And, you can manage and plan and assign the tracked orders. And yeah, it's a last mile fulfillment in your pocket. So, anything that you need to smoothen your field operations, this app can do it for you. So whatever gets thrown at you, you can tackle it with this. Why we decided to build it is that, we had customers come in and ask for an app many times over. And we always had just the same old answer, hey, take our SDK and build the app yourself, right? But we saw that, this takes time from the customers, valuable time to market, and they were stuck months on and on trial testing their, solution, integrating with the APIs. And it's, takes a long time for them to click. As you know, you saw Amal has shown the great complexity it takes to, you know, solution such a thing and architect it. So, you know, we decided why not just build this out ourselves and save you the valuable time to market, you know, accelerate your journey, save your engineering time, and, you know, focus on business needs. You know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. This is no code ready for you to use, so you can skip the complexity. And, you know, it's a great way for you to test your system integration, see, you know, how this performs in real world scenarios. So if you have something ready, or you're just a small company that's bootstrapping their business, you can just grab the app and, you know, see how it performs, see what the driver experience looks like. So these 4 core tenets are, you know, the reasons why we decided to build it. But let's look at, you know, how it actually works. So for the demo, we're going to start with the driver invites and how, you know, you get drivers into the system, or your gig workers for that matter. And then we're going to look at the actual driver experience in the app. So without further ado, the driver invite, you know, you can access it through this driver section in the dashboard, where you just add drivers with their email and mobile phone numbers. Then you'll, you know, see the driver has been invited. They have a link and an email. So on the device, it will look something like this. So on the left side, I have my mobile device in Gmail, and on the right side, I have the backend. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So if I'm a driver, I'll just activate the Orders app. That's going to lead me to the App Store. I'm going to install the app and open it. Now it says, you know, waiting for invite. So I need to check my email and activate the Orders app, right? This will trigger the classical permissions flow, where, you know, we use push notification to notify drivers of new locations, and, you know, different location tracking permissions that we need to access your location. So once you have that, you know, we're in the home screen in the work section, and you can see we're waiting for work. There's no new routes. We have this profile screen. So let's go ahead and set our name. Oops, typo. Cool. So now I have my name in, and I'm going to go ahead and copy my device ID so I can paste it in here. And now I'm going to start tracking this these 3 orders. So it's going to create a route for the driver. Here you can see there's some metadata with some customer information, things like that, the destination location. All of that's going to get relayed to the app. So now let's hit send. So the backend has now, you know, sent us a new route, and we can see it in the app. And, you know, you can also see that there's a new notification that the route has been started. There's a, you know, polyline with the destinations. So, and you can see there's a blowout. So there's a 3 orders, about 20 miles of distance, and about 1.5 hour total time. There's a directions button, and you can see, you know, the sequence in which these orders are supposed to get delivered. Let's look at the directions. I'm just going to go to Google Maps. Looks very similar. Let's look at the first order. So in the order info screen, you can see, again, directions. Then you can see the status ongoing, the ID of the order. And you can see the, you know, 3 dots on the top right allow you to cancel the screen, cancel the order. Then you'll be able to see the order timeline. So if you have, you know, a customer that's expecting the order, let's say, you know, in, what is it, 5:30 p.m. today, you can tell him, hey, I'm running 11 minutes late because it's still 20 minutes from now, and this is a great way for you to be able to communicate that information. Then we have this metadata that we talked about. So on the right, you see the address, the order ID, the description of the order, the customer phone number, which you treat uniquely so you can easily just call from the app, and the customer name. But I'm running late, so let's just say, first order has been delivered, because we can't have the customer wait forever. And boom, there we have it. Order has been delivered. It's been expected 5:30, was actually delivered 7 minutes ahead of the schedule. And you can see that the order info screen has updated to reflect that. And we go back and you can see the next order is ongoing. So let's look at that order. It looks like, we're 19 minutes ahead of schedule. Same thing as last time, you have all of the metadata. You can look at the directions, go directly, this is Apple Maps, let's say, who uses that. Let's complete the order with a picture. So it's gonna ask me for the permissions. I'm gonna take a photo, boom, upload that. Yeah, second order, huge. Cool. And again, we're just getting ahead of ourselves. All right, so now you can see it's been updated with the image and the notes, and status is reflected again on the home screen. And even the polyline has been updated, so you can see, we've delivered order 1 and 2. Let's go for the third order. So the third order, again, accurate timeline information, all of the metadata you need. Let's go ahead and confirm that without any order info confirmation. And that's it. Route has been completed. We don't have any more work at the moment, but we can check it out in the history, right? So let's look at that. Let's look at how many routes we've been completed and how many orders there were. You can see, the different information, the notes and images. You can always go back to that and send it to the customer if they need more info about what happened. And yeah, that's it. That's the driver flow and how they would go about using the app during the day. So for the next segment, we're going to talk briefly about what's under the hood, how we built the app. We used React Native. We saw a lot of our customers had great success with this, so we decided to embrace it. The DNA of the app is the 3 core pillars that our customers rely on every day to power their solutions. One of that is the Orders API, which you can use to automate your field operations and plan, track, assign orders across the board. The Drivers API, which helps you help handle the drivers in your system or workers, and the HyperTrack mobile SDK, which we bring all of that together and combine it in this nice little package that's ready to go for you. You don't have to waste any time to build this solution for yourself. Just create an account, invite your drivers, have them install the app, and see what's actually happening. So yeah, this is Orders app. It's available now. We can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it, and it's both on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. So yeah, invite your drivers today. Thanks a lot. And yeah, Jared, if we have any questions, I'm ready to answer those.
Cool. I actually don't see any questions now. So let's go ahead and move on to Pradeep. But thanks for walking us through that, Fero. It's an awesome demo.
Yep.
Yeah, can't wait for everybody to get their hands on this as well.
Same, man.
So I'll go ahead and pass it to Pradeep.
Hey everyone. I'm Pradeep. I'm working at HyperTrack, looking at the applications. And as you saw today, Amal presented the solution builder, which allows you to envision the kind of solution you would want for your order delivery, for your fleet workforce tracking, or any other use case that requires some kind of live tracking or logistics use case. I'm here to fill in the gaps related to operations experience and consumer experience, so that if possible, you will be able to you would be able to imagine the entire solution here on demo day today. It was great to see the blueprint coming out of that solution builder from Amal. And we have addressed the need of the driver experience with Orders app. For any solution builder, once the blueprint is inside, the mind starts running, starts translating that into an actual system. But before jumping on to what kind of operations views or workflows for ops managers or tracking and visibility views for users are required, let us first think about which are the users the builders are catering to and addressing needs of. If you look at these users, we find essentially they are into two different sets. Ops managers that require operational predictability, and they essentially would be looking for some kind of building blocks that can make a dashboard for them. And end users would require a lot of things from the views, like they would be looking for real-time visibility, they would be looking for authentication and security. They probably would be sharing this URL with other people if they are not able to take the delivery of the work. And for operations managers, essentially this will translate into being able to see the fleet views, work views, or the map views, because there are different level of operations that we need to cater to, like workflows. We need to have monitoring, and we also need to cater to exception operations, wherein a particular order is running late and you want to intervene. Now, how do you build such a solution? When we want to build this solution, essentially, very easily it comes to mind that, yeah, we should be able to probably get it done very fast if we start moving from scratch. But there are multiple challenges here. The tech challenge is deciding which tech stack would survive the test of time. How would you manage your map tile cost? How would you be sure of the PT performance? And functional challenges like multiple level of operations managers looking at a regional or the entire company level views. Or you would be continuously discovering the right metric that is required to be seen and shown to these guys. Also, the first question that comes is, what's the timeline and cost for the first view or the first map? These views also need to be very flexible and customizable. So that's essentially the set of challenges we need to address. Now, how do we think that these can be addressed? I will dive into the demo right away. Let's look at the operations views. You can currently also see at HyperTrack the operations views in play. What I'm showing you today is generally available for all the customers, and you can use it right away, signing up. Now, this particular view is the driver's view, which gives me visibility of my fleet. We will be adding filters here. You can see the drivers who are currently working, not working, or they are available to take up new work. Now, another way of looking at work is essentially you're trying to find out, hey, how many routes are there? How many routes that I planned need to be assigned, need to be dispatched, and how many completed today? And you can work with various different date ranges as to when the route started, when it ended, and when it was created. Looking at different statuses also would help you take the decision as to what kind of workflow stage that you're looking for. Now, this is the routes view. All of these routes are made up of multiple orders. So let me show you the orders view as well. Here, I'm looking at all the completed orders. I can look at the assigned orders which need to be dispatched, and I would start tracking. I can also look at the planned orders for a specific date range and look at these particular planned orders need to be assigned to some drivers so that we can get it working. Now we just look at one of the routes that you can access directly clicking here on the route handle. This is one route which is planned and it is not assigned yet. And you would be able to see all the orders that are part of this particular route and how the route navigation is planned. If the route is assigned, it will show as assigned, and you would be able to see the driver location as soon as this is dispatched. So let me just look at one such order which is completed. Now here in this order, the driver behavior was, I think, bang on. The driver followed the right path, because if the driver was to follow a different path, you would see a dashed line, which was estimated route. In this case, you can go and see the profile of the driver, or you can look at the route this particular order was part of. I've got that screen for you. Here, the order that we were looking for is essentially the fourth in sequence on this route. From the third to the fourth order, the entire route is essentially attributed to the order. If I want, I can go to the driver screen right from here. We can look at that particular driver's last reported location and availability for next work. So we have looked at map views that essentially solve the problem of some kind of customization required on the layer side. We can look to customize these icons. We can look to see various different timelines, profile views that give you 360-degree view of one particular route or an order, any type of order. And there are filters available wherein you can initiate or you can start on your workflow, looking at a particular order that you need to take action on. With this, let me show you the new geotags view also. This is a view which shows orders by geotag. Essentially, every order is built up of multiple different events, each of these events in a particular sequence, and you can have a look as to how even geotagging would allow you to be able to visualize the entire order. There are filters available for your ops groups, or you can look at specific segments. For example, I would want to look at the entire duration of the order from acknowledgement to close, and I would be able to see those numbers here. If I want to dive deeper into the individual geotags, I can see that. You can view orders, routes, geotags, visits, or nearby searches in the same manner from here. With this, I will move to the map views and the experience we are able to enable now. Here you see is the Valentino bus, the location of the bus, and we are able to see the customization related to the icon. If you would not want to see a particular driver, in case the driver is inactive, you can essentially change that on the URL parameters, and you can customize that. We can look at a different layer. This is a street map view for the same driver. Now, I'll just move on and show you this is my device and my live location. that you see here. I'm just changing the icon. So you're able to change the icon to 4 different type of vehicles. The default icon is this one, wherein you can also control if you would want to show to users, to your end consumers, as to which direction these people are moving, and that you can work on based on the use bearing method for us. Now, another view that I just shown you, and I would not hold upon, is essentially the geofence views. Here you can see that there are a bunch of drivers who are on an airstrip. There are a couple of areas which we have marked as green, parking areas, and a particular restricted area which nobody should be entering. Now, this is also another customizable map view, wherein you are able to see the geofences and you are able to see all the people that you're tracking. This particular view also is complemented with our webhook events, which notify you if there is an entry or exit to any of the geofences. You can build very complex geofences. Here is the Orly Airport in Paris, wherein you can track the driver's movements or worker's movement, similar to the view that I shown you. Now, with all these different views, let me move back to my presentation. Essentially, what we have talked about is the users and their needs that the builders are trying to address. These needs are around predictability of operations, having actionable views at the tip of their finger, and ground truth visibility for what's happening, what happened. And you would want to have modular views so that you can compose a very versatile dashboard yourself or your operations team org. Customizability is very much required, because essentially what you're looking to do is you're enabling some filters, you're disabling some data, or you would want to in some way brand it for your own use also. Now, with this, I'll just conclude my presentation, and I would look at I would look forward to talk to you next time on Demo Day, wherein we would be wanting to show you more things. Like you see in some of the current views, we have more actions and more filters available for orders, for routes, and you would be able to see planning visualizations. You would also be able to see timelines on each of the orders, routes, or driver profiles, so that you can see as to how their day went, how the particular route was executed, when it was planned, when it was assigned, reassigned, if there's any order which was cancelled, when that was done. And we would also want to show you more action views wherein manual actions can be taken as a complement to the APIs. All the APIs are at the core of all these operations experiences. Thank you. I will take any questions that you have and pass it over to Jared.
Okay, doesn't look like we have any questions. Thanks for that, Pradeep. It's excellent to see those visualizations and see how customers can actually take action on what's happening in the field. So at this point, we don't have any additional or any questions for additional comments. So I'll go ahead and pass it to Ram for closing remarks. Thanks again.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Jared. And thanks, team, for sharing all the work we've been doing over the past few months. It takes a village to launch everything, but none of that would be valuable unless we have the customers who are using it. And thanks again to all the folks who are on the call, who've attended this. Happy to reach out to any one of you if you have any questions for one-on-one conversations regarding your business and how you can build what you need using HyperTrack. So yeah, with that, again, thanks everybody. Have a great day.